It can't happen 2 years in a row, right? Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Timmy Talks. Today we'll be previewing the matchup of the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders on Monday Night Football. Let's get right into the tail of the tape. Bears are coming off a bye week, having a 2-game win streak, heading into DC to play a very tough Washington Commanders team who are 3-2, coming off a very decisive win against a good LA Chargers team. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks. I hear the choppers. The trees are screaming at me.
They're in the trees.
Last year, the Bears went into their bye on a 3-game win streak. They were 4-2, played the Washington Commanders, and we know how that ended. That catch ended the entire season for the Bears, derailed everything, got Matt Eberflus fired and everything. But we landed Ben Johnson because of it, so not hating it. I am scared. I am nervous. This Washington Commanders team is a very, very good team. Their offense is currently averaging 26.8 points per game, which is 8th in the league, and their defense is allowing 20.2 points per game, which is 9th best in the league. Top 10 offense, top 10 defense through 5 weeks. They're a very stout, physical, strong team. It's going to be a tough matchup. Their running game is really good. They kind of imposed their will against the Chargers last week, and we all know that the Bears' run defense is atrocious. Hopefully, with some players potentially coming back with the bye week, able to get healthy. Kyler Gordon is questionable. TJ Edwards looks like he's going to be back, and we'll obviously go through the injury report later on. But ideally, the defense is going to get better with some of the starters returning. So please, here's hoping. But they're going against Jaden Daniels and this offense who's they've been doing it. Daniels was hurt for 2 games, so Marcus Mariota started for them, split both of them, and we'll see what happens. I fear that they're going to just run down the Bears' throat, and the Bears aren't going to really be able to do anything, but we'll see. Hopefully, with the bye week, Dennis Allen's able to cook some stuff up and kind of take advantage of some matchups. And if Kyler Gordon comes back, I feel like that's just going to be a significant boost to the Bears' defense that they've been missing all year. They've been missing that difference maker in the nickel position who can help with run fits, but also is great in coverage. So if he's back, if he's healthy, if he can stay healthy, I think this Bears defense is going to be way better than they've been performing in the first 4 games that they've had. But Jaden Daniels, he's got a big old knee brace, but it didn't affect him last week. He was still very fluid, very mobile, athletic, and making guys miss. So I'm not scared, you're scared. I'm not nervous, you're nervous. I'm so terrified. But on the flip side, their defense is one of the oldest in the league. Average age on the defense is around 29 years old, which is like dinosaur age for NFL terms, but they still ball out. They're still very physical. They're still very good in the run. Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Armstrong, all very good veterans. I feel like if you have the playmakers that can stretch the field, that's where they're vulnerable. The Atlanta Falcons took advantage of this, scoring 34 points against them, and they got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Now, we don't have Bijan. We have Swift, so it's kind of, Atlanta Falcons has a similar offensive schemes as the Chicago Bears, using outside runs and then play actions off that outside run to open up their passing games, using quick screens, and then just trying to get a numbers advantage. This Washington Commanders defense, led by Dan Quinn, who is their head coach, he does a great job. He calls good games. He's got their defensive players playing with a lot of intensity and being very physical and swarming to the ball. So it's crucial that the Bears pay attention to details. They're keen on their blocks and are physical as well and impose their will on this defense. But at the end of the day, the playmakers are going to have to be able to make plays, because the Commanders defense, they show up every play. They're really good against the run. Against their pass, they're iffy. That's where I feel like we can take advantage. A lot of their secondary have a lot of miscommunications from what I've seen in the Falcons game, which allowed Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Darnell Mooney to kind of be wide open in their zones because there's miscommunications on their back end. But their pass rush is good. They got after Justin Herbert. They hit him a bunch of times last week. And granted, they lost both their tackles, their guard, one of their interior guards is out for the season. So it's like they're going against second stringers for the Chargers. But I mean, the Bears starters are kind of second stringers in a way. I don't know. I don't trust the Bears offensive line whatsoever. So I feel like this Commanders D line's kind of licking their chops. They're going to get after Caleb Williams, but ideally Caleb's going to be able to avoid him. Obviously Ben Johnson, trust in Ben that he's going to create schemes, come up with plays. That's really going to take advantage of the weakness of the Commanders defense. And ideally we score a lot of points and our defense shows up. Let's get into the injury report. So as you can see, still a lot of players for the Bears on the injury report. Brisker is now potentially out with a quad injury. Grady Jarrett still potentially out with the knee. Rookie running back Kyle might be out. Darnell Wright also potentially out. We just don't know. Kyler Gordon finally had a limited practice. Loveland also is questionable. Austin Booker finally had a full practice first time of the year. He had a knee injury in the preseason, so this is his first week back. Good to see him back. Definitely need him on the defensive line. And then obviously TJ Edwards starting middle linebacker. Great to see him back. And then Santos was potentially hurt, but good to see that he's okay. On the Commander side, their biggest player that they are potentially going to be missing is Terry McLaurin, aka Scary Terry. Honestly, great for the Bears if he's not on the field. That way they can just focus on Deebo Samuel. And he's just resting, and he also had a heel injury, but I feel like he will be good to go for a Monday Night Football game. And yeah, so that's the injury report. A lot more Bears that are hurt than the Commanders, but the Commanders are potentially out with Terry, which is great for the Bears. Makes their defense jobs a little easier, but Commanders are still very explosive even without him. Now let's get into the bets. All right, so according to ESPN Bets Sportsbook, the Commanders are currently 4.5 point favorites, and the over-under line is 50.5. So I believe the Bears are going to be able to cover 4.5. I think there's going to be a very tight, close game. I don't see the Commanders winning more than 4 points, but NFL, Monday Night Football, you never know what happens. I just think that this Bears team has so much confidence, so much momentum going their way that they're going to come out firing. There's so many guys that are going to be so hungry and determined to set the wrong that happened last year. And I think that they're going to come out looking to beat some ass against the Commanders. Over under at 50. Probably take the under. I think people are expecting this to be a high-scoring game. Truly, I think it's going to be mid to low 20s. I think the defenses are going to come out and play and perform really well because the Bears are coming off the bye, so they had an extra week to kind of prepare for the Commanders. And I think that they're going to come out hot, come out real strong. Some prop bets. It's been a guaranteed. It's been a lock every week, and you can lock it again for this week. Roman Dunze for anytime touchdown. He's gonna have at least 5 catches. I think he is going to eat this secondary alive. If they decide to focus on him, then you can also throw some money on DJ Moore. One of those two, they're gonna score. They're gonna get in the end zone. You can. On the Commander side, though, you can bet their running back, Krosky Merritt. I think that's how you pronounce it. Whatever his rushing line is, bet the over. Dude's an absolute beast. He's averaging 6.6 yards per carry, which is just insane. And if he's doing that against the teams that they played, he's going to be averaging 8-9 yards a carry for the Bears. So whatever his rush line is, you can bet the over. and fuck it, throw an anytime touchdowns with him as well. Those are my bets. Those are my lock of the weeks. Hopefully y'all are making some cash money, baby. And if you are, let me know. Tweet about it. Post something. Let me get some sponsorships. Let me get a slice of this sports betting pie. I can't do it myself, but like, I'd love to get some sponsorship, give y'all some free money to make some money. You got me? All right. Now let's do the score prediction. Ooh. You know, 2-game win streak, had a bye, feeling good, feeling confident. You know what's gonna fucking happen, bro. Washington Commanders, yeah, you know, they're gonna score 24 points. But that's okay, because the Chicago Bears are scoring 27 points. 27, 24, book it, motherfucking bear down, motherfuckers. Let's go. Bears get the revenge. Tyreek Stevenson, pick 6, absolutely. Put that bet in. That's gonna make you hella money. That boy gonna have an interception or a fumble, a forced fumble. He's gonna have some type of turnover. He's going to be eating. He's gonna be a game wrecker. I feel it. I trust him. I think he's gonna go crazy. So whatever, if there's bets on him, throw some money his way. But yeah, 27-24, Bears walk out of DC with another win, making it 3 in a row, and they're gonna look to keep stacking. Just gotta keep stacking, one win at a time, one game at a time. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go follow my Insta, my TikTok. Those are the only social medias I got. But yeah, appreciate y'all so much. And as always, bear down, Chicago Bears.